Hi guys, welcome to another Dayz tutorial. In this one I want to show you how you go about installing the Enfusion AI model. I'm going to basically jump straight in, and there's a couple of things that you're going to need to do. When you install the mod, not the server, when you install the mod to your server, you need to go to their GitHub page, and you actually need to download and extract the mission files, because there's a certain bit in there that you need. And what I'll do, if I bring it over to this screen, I've got it up here. This is the mission files, and I'll put this link in the description box so you can get it. Now, from what I gather, pretty much all this is like default stuff. What you do need to do though is you need this EAI folder. This contains the init file for the actual AI to work. So what you need to do is you don't actually need the init file directly. You just need the folder. So if we just go back one page, you'd want this folder. So what I like to do is go to this green code button, download it like onto your desktop or wherever you want to put it, and then unzip it so it's an actual folder and not a zip folder. And if we just move that back over, what you'll get then is a folder like this. So if you open it up, this contains all the stuff. Now, like I said, you need this EAI folder. So what I like to do is I need to right click and I'll like to copy. If you're using, like I always say, an FTP program, just use, whatever FTP program you're using to upload this to the correct path in your server. And the correct path for that is into your MP mission folder, but we'll show you. So right click, copy that, or use your FTP. If we go into my server files now, right, hang on 2 seconds. Right, if we go into my server, so I just gotta find it, servers. For me, it's my Pakistan server because this is the new one I'm working on. This is the only one I've got the AI mod working. What you need to do is you need to go to your MP missions folder, whichever mission you're using. So I'm using the offline Pakistan Plus. Go into that, and you would paste that EAI folder in here, and you can see I've already got it. Then if you open that up, you've got the AI init.c file that you need. I'll go into that in a second, but what you then need to do is if we go back, if we just drag this back over, in the init, I think there's a readme here. If you click the readme, it actually says a couple of things you need to do. So basically, down at the bottom in this box, you need to copy this little include command thing, and you need to go and put that into your actual main init.c file. So if we go back to my server, just drag that over, sorry, drag and drop. So my main init.c file is this one, not the init.c file in the AI folder, your normal main init.c. Go to that, and you would paste that line at the top, or somewhere at the top here, and you can see I've got mine in the middle, right there. Now, bear in mind, you need to change the mission and the map name to whatever you're using. So for me, my mission is called like offline Pakistan Plus. So that's my mission and map. If you're using, I think Chinaris, I think it's like offline.Chinaris Plus. Livonia, is it offline.Enoch? And of course, if you're using an expansion version, you'd be like expansion dot whatever. And again, you can always find out what you're using if you go to your server DZ file, server dz.cfg, I think it's called. Go to that, and where it's got the mission, I think it's in the middle, but sometimes it's at the bottom. It will tell it will show you what mission and map you're using. So yeah, make sure you change this part there to the correct mission and map that you're using. So yeah, don't copy what I've got with Pakistan Plus, unless of course you're using the Pakistan Plus. Right, once you've done that, if we drag this back over, you need to then get this line there. The init dynamic patrol with the brackets and the comma, semicolon. You'd copy that. Let me just drag that back over. And then just down in the void main, I've got mine under the init economy. You would paste it in there, like I've got. And ignore all this stuff. This is my trader, black market. This is some other custom objects that I've got spawning on the map. But you can see I've got the init dynamic patrols there. And you paste that there. And again, This bit's in the when you download and extract the mission files. This is in the README part. I'll just show you again. So down at the bottom here, readme.md. That's where you get that from. So first thing is copy the AI folder, put it into your MP missions, into like the root of your MP mission folder. Then go to the README and do what I just done. That is pretty much it now to get it working. There's a couple more things I want to show you. First of all, I do want to show you, if we just go back to this, sorry, there is a default file. So if we go to this, you can see this has got a default file. Where's the top bit? There we go. Go up again. Right, so this, yeah, that's the top. Okay, so as default, this has already got some patrol set up, and this is, as you can tell, we've got Bloater, we've got Cherno, we've got Sonichi, Riffy. This is all set up for the Chernarus map. So if you are using a different map from Chernarus, you will need to basically delete these and create your own, and which is what I've had to do for Takistan. And I'll show you how to do that, but you can basically use this for reference. You can copy the layout, and all you need to do is change the position, the coordinates to where you want the AI to spawn. Now, as you can see, if we go down, it's got from patrol 1 to patrol 10. So this has got 10 patrols. In the array under here, in this part, the patrol list array, should I call it, you've got all the patrols. So you've got patrol 1, patrol 2, patrol 3, all the way up to patrol 10, because we've got 10 patrols. If we only had 5 patrols, you'd only have patrol 1 up to patrol 5, and it would stop there. So you put as many patrols there in this little part to however many patrols you set up there. On my server at the minute, I've only got 3, and you'll see that. Just underneath that, we've got a patrol loadout, and again, this corresponds with how many patrols you got, because we've got 10 patrols, and this is in the default file, we've got 10 loadouts there. So human loadout 1, human loadout, it doesn't say 1, 2 or 3, but I'm just counting 2, and if we go all the way across, I'll just do it this way, drag my mouse, there is actually 10 there. It's pretty difficult to count, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's 10 there. So again, you'd put how many patrols you got, and I'll show you where you can get these too, because these loadout JSON files, you can actually adjust them, and you can actually give the AI different clothing. You can set them out to, you know, whatever clothing, whatever weapon you want them to have. Underneath here, you've got like some things. So how many per patrol? So in this case, it's 2. On mine, I put it to 3. This is the main spawn radius, how close a player needs to be for him to spawn in. So as long as you're within 800 meters, it will spawn in within 800 meters. And the minimum is if the player is too close to the patrol to start, it won't spawn. So if you're within 250 meters when you spawn in, the AI won't spawn there. So you need to be between the 800 and 250. If the player is too far away, so in this case 1,000 meters this is, if a player is more than 1,000 meters, the AI will despawn. And then again, you've got, once they're despawned, you will have to wait 300 seconds, so 5 minutes, before they can respawn again, providing that you're within the correct distance. You've got some other things under here. You can mess them a little bit if you want, but I'm not going to really go into that. But this is pretty easy to explain. It's just this top bit here with the patrols can be quite confusing. Right, so if we show you what I've got, because I do want to explain some stuff. Now, if you know how to get positions, how to put all your positions in where you want the AI to spawn, fine. You can stop watching the rest of this video now. You can skip it and go and make your own custom ones. If you want to carry on watching, you can. But I'm just going to go over how you basically create your own positions and how you can basically get the AI to patrol, because basically I played on a couple of servers and the AI are just in one spot and they spin around, they don't move, and I'm pretty sure they should be able to walk, and you basically have to set them patrol points from like A to B, from B to C, and so on, and I'll explain how you do that. So if we go to my file, so this is now my file, and This is North Airfield, South Airfield, tent. Basically, this is where they basically, well, actually, this needs to change. This isn't by the tents no more. And we got a safe zone. And what I basically got is I've got three AI, because it's a squad of 3. They just go up and down in the safe zone. It just adds a little bit more dynamic to the safe zone. Like these, like you've actually got guards patrolling it. So it's pretty cool. But basically, we've got 3 patrols. So Patrol 1, Patrol 2, and Patrol 3. And that's referenced down here. Patrol 1, Patrol 2, and Patrol 3. And again, we've got loadouts, so we've got 1 loadout there, and I've changed mine to the soldier loadout, so it's not the human one. Oh yeah, I will show you how you do this as well. And then another soldier, and then we've got a human loadout here, so you can make them differently. So my human loadout here, this is the one at the safe zone. This is different because I want my AI to be different to what's actually out in the main part of the map. And you can customize each one, and this also goes in order. So this one being the first one, this one being the second one, and this human loadout being the third one. So first one will be Patrol 1, which will be this soldier loadout, and these 2 soldier loadout JSON files here, you can't make them differently. That's just one JSON. So these 2, Patrol 1 and Patrol 1 and Patrol 2, will have the same loadout. It's only this human loadout which is different, and this is the third one, which is my Patrol 3 at the safe zone. So that's how you do that. That's hopefully you understand that. I've got 3 patrols there, 1, 2, 3, reference there, and 3 loadout files, JSON loadout files. And again, they go in order. So if I added a 4th, I'd add a 4th, and the 4th one would be whatever. If I decided that I wanted to put 4 in, but I wanted this safe zone to be the 4th one, and I put a 3rd one here, which is somewhere on the map, you basically, make sure this loadout JSON is the 4th one in the list, if that makes sense. Right, now, the position coordinates. Now, I'm not going to go into how you actually do it, because I'm sure many of you have already made custom objects on your map, and, you know how to get positions. But basically, what I like to do is use admin control, use the ESP feature, and get my character to stand where I want, and get the position of my character. And then I get that, and then you put that in here. Now, normally, when you get positions, like in traders and that, they normally, between the first, set of, numbers, they normally have, a comma there, and a comma there, which breaks them up. But in this init C file, you don't need that. So, you don't need the commas. So, if you happen to copy it and you've got commas, delete the commas. What you need is the first set, so you got X, Y, and Z. So this one there being X, this one there being Z, no, Y being Y, and this one there up to the 8 being Z, X, Y, and Z. Then you can just have one. You can literally just have these first set if you want to. You can ignore the last of these. If you do only have one spawn position, being X, Y, and Z, all the AI will do is they'll stand on one spot and spin around. If you want them to actually move, you need to set more position coordinates. So again, I've got a second one there, X, Y, and Z. I've got a third one, I've got a 4th one, and I've got a 5th one. And what that means is the AI will spawn at this position, and they'll travel to this position, then to this position, then to this position, and then finally this position. So they'll go from A to B to C to D to E, if that makes sense. And then once they reach this last position, they'll go back again. So they'll go back to this one, back to this one, back to this one, and eventually back to the start where they spawn. And they'll just keep doing that route. They'll keep going from A to B and B to A, back again. If that makes sense. And that's how you get them to move. So you set these different locations. And bear in mind, they do this in a straight line. So if you've got any objects in the way, like a wall, they will get stuck on that wall. They won't think, oh, I need to turn around this wall and go around it. They'll just carry on running straight in the wall and they'll get stuck. So bear in mind, when you do this, have an open space or something that the AI will not get stuck on. But yeah, and I actually found this out accidentally, because I thought at the airfield I wanted a couple of spawn positions where I wanted them to be. So I set in a few, and I went to one of the spawn positions and there was no AI there. And I'm like, what's going on? And then I started noticing that they travelled from the first spawn position to the second, and then they went back again. And I'm like, let me try something. So I added more spawn positions in, and they travelled from A to B to C, like I said, all the way, and then back again. And I'm like, great, I figured out how you get them to move, and how you get them to follow a path. They will shoot at AI. If they see you or see AI, they will stop and go into like attack mode and try and shoot you. There is a little bit of an issue, I think, at the minute with zombies. So for some reason, they'll shoot at zombies, and this is at least on my server. But they won't actually kill the zombies. The zombies will just end up attacking them and killing them themselves. I have put the accuracy up, and I'll show you that in a minute. I've put the accuracy up a little bit, and I've not actually tested it if the AI are killing zombies now. But yeah, and then again, just do the same for however many patrols you want. If you want only 1 patrol, 2, 3, up to 10, up to 15 or whatever, you just do the same. And like on my safe zone one, I've only literally got an A1 and a B1 basically. So they start at 1 and go to B. So they literally just walk up and down this path at my safe zone, going back and forth all the time. But yeah, so that's that. Right, let me just show you the JSON files and some other files that I didn't show you. And make sure you always save your work. Right, 2 seconds. Let me just show you the other thing. So when you install the mod, in your profiles folder, it will actually automatically give you this AI folder. In here, there's some files, C files, that I'm not really too sure really what you do. I don't think you change them. I think you just leave them. That is set by the mod. You could probably mess with it if you know what you was doing. I'm not sure, but basically ignore all these .c files. The ones that you really need to look at is the JSON files. So you've got an admin JSON file, which is where you can go and put your Steam ID in. And basically when you're in game with, I think it's the T key, you can push T and you can actually spawn AI and change the formations and do a lot of stuff. The AI settings JSON, so this is one you'll probably want to look into. You've got AI debug, which I'm not really too sure what it is, but if you put it to 1, I think it gives you some sort of debugging feature. I've left it off. And you've got EA accuracy. Now, by default, this is 0.5. I've put it to 0.8, and it actually seems pretty balanced to that. The AI are pretty hardcore. You can't just walk up to them and expect to kill them really easy. They will shoot at you and kill you if you're not careful. And I think I've not tested it with this, but when I did it, I think 0.6 at one stage, and the zombies were just killing them. So I put it to 0.8, hoping they'll have better accuracy and I'll actually kill the zombies. So I need to test that, but I may need to put it even higher if I can. I don't know how far this goes to. I don't know if it goes to like 1.0 or, all the way up to, a certain number, maybe like 10. But yeah, I've left it at 0.8 at the minute, and that seems okay. But of course, test it on your server. And then what we've got the loadouts here. So we've got the human loadout, human lowman loadout, and soldier loadout. And I do believe you could probably create your own. You'll just need to follow the format of this, and you create your own and name it. I think I've not tested it, but we're in the soldier loadout, and I've changed all mine. I've got a load of MVS stuff. Default, it comes with some other stuff, so you can change it. I've not changed the loot on them at the minute, so they can spawn with this loot. Random loot is a screwdriver, and you can change all the else stats, weapon stats. And whatever, you can just have a look at it and you can change it. So my soldier loadout here, this is what you'll see out on the map when you come across a patrol. And the human loadout, this one, is a little different. They're wearing the same stuff, they've got all the same outfit, but this loadout, they've got no weapons. Because when you go to the safe zone, if you give them a weapon, they will still shoot, even though you can't die. They'll still shoot, and it gets really annoying when you've got the AI just constantly shooting at you. So it's really annoying. So I've took all the weapons away, but everything else is the same. I will change it a bit more, but yeah, and that is pretty much it. And again, this file here in the EA folder, it's in your profiles folder. That will be installed when you install the mod. You don't need to copy that. And your profiles folder, bear in mind, yours could be called SC, it could be called config, it may not be called profiles. So don't get confused when I say profiles folder. You just need to find out which is your profiles folder on your server. The one you just need to copy is out the mission files that you downloaded, and then you put it here into your map mission file right there. Anyway, I hope that clears things up. I was trying to talk a little bit quick and get through it because I didn't want the video to drag on, longer than it really needed to be. But I did want to show you them few bits and how to get this working. Anyway, any problems? I think my Discord's on my YouTube channel somewhere. Come and join Discord or whatever. Send me a message on Discord, whatever. If you have any trouble, and I'll help you. You can write on YouTube if you want, but trouble with YouTube is it's not very good. It's easier for me to help you if you join Discord and actually create a ticket or speak to me or whatever via Discord. But yeah, that should get you going and on your way. And until next time, have fun and peace out.